The owner of this Minecraft SMP op abuses, and I'm gonna prove it. While I don't have upfront proof, I have enough evidence that makes his claim of just grinding all of his stuff seem a little bit too much like a lie. A weekish ago, all of a sudden he sends me a screenshot of a gold farm he made, which on its own isn't that too hard to believe. But the fact is that it came out of nowhere, and it's a massive farm. And the lack of him being online, it just seems a little sketchy that he did it all himself. But 10 minutes later, he sends me another screenshot of the product of it. This being a barrel full of golden apples, which was reasonable, but also suspicious. Another thing is that you look into the background, and there are more barrels. 11 to be exact. Do I know if they are all full? No, but if they are, then that should be a dead giveaway, as he is not active enough to have AFK'd for that much gold. Another screenshot that he sent me is a barrel full of blaze rods. That's not important, besides the fact that he has a lot of them. The next day, he shows me another screenshot of a little improvement he made to spawn. 6 beacons. Where in the time did he get those? That's 6 withers, which is 18 skulls. That's a lot of time. Back to his lack of activity on the server, that just seems a little too iffy to have him grinded all those skulls. The next day, I get his base cords. Can't necessarily say how because he kinda just bribed me to not say, so here's the footage. So, after flying a couple thousand blocks on the nether roof, I find the right coordinates that I need to dig down at to hopefully find his base. So I dig down and I find his base. He has a roof of lava or something, so that's why there was glass and then lava. One of his teammates actually came back and to the base while I was up on the roof, and I'm genuinely surprised he did not see like the blocks on the roof since it's glass, but he left the game, and so I jumped down. And god damn, that's a nice base. So I kind of just go through some of their stuff, I take their armor trim, and Nemo? I'm just gonna yoink that. So I go through some more of the barrels, and then I head up back above their base to get some shulker boxes to put all the stuff that I'm about to take. And so I'm kind of looking on their base, and this is where things get interesting because ain't no way they grinded all this barrels full, especially the magma cubes, and they don't have farms for any of this, I guarantee you. Especially all their potions. The potions are reasonable, but there you go, there's the 12 barrels full of golden apples. So, and they were all full. So I head over to their villagers and I take the ones that I want, then kind of just, well, so I go to break and then burn all their barrels, and then this happens. It's good, man. Bro. He's like, hell no. I found your little base. Oh. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious, your face when you saw me. And so I kind of just go to back to blowing up like all of their stuff.
You used to call me on my cell phone. Like when you need me, call me on my cell phone. Like when you need me.
Yeah. That was his base, gone. And not just the fact that it was so much stuff that, yes, he could have grinded for, but the thing is, though, he is not on the server a lot. And this season started not that long ago, max 3 weeks ago. and there's not been enough time for him to grind that much stuff at all. He's barely online. So, after kind of raided his base, he wasn't too happy, but he was also just saying, well, even if you had killed me, I would just have another full set of netherite in 5 minutes. And I was like, okay. And so he's like, do you want to know how? And I said, sure. And so he proceeds to send me screenshots of, a couple shulker boxes. Like, they almost had, like, nothing in them, so... Nah, dude. That's crazy. Ain't no way. And that wasn't the only one. All shulker boxes that he sent me screenshots of were full of netherite gear. That just seems like a little bit of op abused, question mark, because that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of netherite too, for all that stuff, and you wouldn't even have a need to grind that much stuff, like, at all. So, I'm really questioning if this guy is op abusing. Another thing that I find highly suspicious is that he sends me a screenshot as well that is proving that he has 4 stacks of god apples. That's just a bit suspicious. That to me, that seems like op abuse. He has had almost no time to grind that much stuff, as long as, like, the server's been up. And the amount of, if he's claiming that he has grinded all of the other stuff that he has, where in the time would he find to grind 4 stacks of god apples? That just seems a bit much, as well as all the other loot in his ender chest. It just seems like a lot, as well as everything that was in his base, the stacks of stuff that was in his barrels, all the screenshots that he sent me of the shulker boxes of armor, the beacons, the wither skulls. It all just seems a bit much, especially the gold farm that seemed to have come out of nowhere. Another thing that I want to point to is that on the server, Gods SMP, there's a plugin or some kind of thing that he's added so that there's a chest plate that you can make that so it's unbreakable and it gives you infinite invisibility. These are really expensive, costing, just for the unbreakability, it cost 4 stacks of netherite blocks and 4 hearts. 4 hearts, each heart contains 6 netherite ingots. That's a lot of netherite. Like, you put that into perspective, that is a lot of netherite. And he says all of his teammates have one. He has one. He has another one after me and my friend Space Rider jumped him and got his off of him. He just somehow keeps on having all this netherite. And he paid me the 2 stacks of ancient debris for his villagers, which I kind of scammed him out of. But then after, he paid me another 2 stacks to not tell anyone how I found his base. Which, I'm not gonna say how, but like, I kind of get it, because to be honest, the way I found it is kind of embarrassing for him, so I don't blame him for that. But still, that is a lot of netherite. Almost too much netherite to just have grinded. I honestly think he is op abusing. Like, let's be real, with all this evidence, he's op abusing, but I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. I hope to make more videos, and peace.